and welcome to RadioTimes.com's Great British Bake Off recap. I'm Sarah Doran.
I'm Ellie Harrison.
And today we're going to be taking a look back through Bread Week. Obviously one of the most exciting Bake Off weeks.
Especially
any
for
series. Especially for Paul Hollywood. I mean, there must be some tension in that tent when you go in there knowing that, you know, I think as our TV editor Alison Graham called him, the Batman of bread is watching over you.
Don't give him that satisfaction. Who else? Anthony called him the Bread King. He was like, that's what made me nervous, just knowing he's prowling.
I've just thought of something.
Oh,
okay,
gosh. What?
Bear with me here. Never mind the Batman of bread. How about the Batchman of bread? Oh yeah. You see what I did there?
I did.
Raising the stakes. It's the yeast I could do, Ellie.
Oh my God, what have I done?
I'm going to stop before this gets out of control. But it is Bread Week. I do love Bread Week. There's something about sitting. It's like that 1 week of Bake Off where you sit down and you think, I can't have cake or biscuits with this one. What I need is like a massive slab of bread with butter. It was the slab of butter I was thinking about actually. Massive loaf of bread, slab of butter.
Delicious.
Maybe some cheese.
Well, what upset me about Bread Week this year is that 2 of the breads they made sweet, and I'm a Bake Off fan, but I much prefer all the savoury stuff, and we're now going to have to wait till pastry
when you get
week
pastries,
to get any.
yeah.
And like last year or the year before, they made these like amazing focaccias and all these gorgeous kind of salty, savoury breads, and yeah, this year they made 2 of them sweet, and it really, I felt I was robbed.
Too much sugar for Ellie. She much prefers the savoury.
Okay.
But we'll kick off with round 1, which was the signature bake, and it was Chelsea Buns.
Yes.
I will say I do love a Chelsea bun.
And also it leads
tasty.
to lots of kind of bun innuendos, which is like Bake Off
Exactly.
Heartland, isn't it? Manon was saying, oh, I wonder what Paul will think of my buns, type of thing. So that never goes amiss.
No, and it gave Karen, I have to just like segue here, it gave Karen the perfect opportunity to show off, like, you know, her French attire. She had her little red beret on, her red apron, and she made this amazing kind of Christmassy Chelsea bun kind of concoction.
Yeah. She's always kind of, coordinated with her cakes, etc. And the judges, I thought, gave her a bit of a hard time for that. They were like, it's getting boring now, all
no
these
more Bakewell
cool outfits.
Yeah,
and I just thought, and she was like, well, hang on a minute. But obviously, I think it's funny because Noel Fielding's the presenter that always kind of like has their back, so he was like, no, just like keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, and she was the toast of Twitter for it as well. People were like, oh, when I reach level 6 on Duolingo French and all that kind of stuff, it was just like, I go to Paris for a day. Beret. Yeah, no, she's amazing. I love her. But the real winner, I think, of the Chelsea bun round, Karen won in the style stakes, was Dan, who made some pretty tasty looking buns. He's had a really good signature bake for the last. Tasty looking buns, innit?
Sound like Love Island.
I really do. I can't not even attempt.
He got his second handshake of the series.
Yes.
So he's getting quite. I don't want to put too much onus on the Hollywood handshake because I find it incredibly cringy every time like Paul makes such a big deal out of the Hollywood handshake. So obviously Dan got his second one this week, and he just goes, oh yeah, but I've had one before afterwards. So he's already kind of getting complacent about it, getting a bit comfortable there.
Yeah, I think it was Dan a couple of weeks ago as well on Twitter, kind of inspired a little bit of this is the closest we'll ever get to a bit of like on Bake Off. He's like, oh, you sure you want to do that? They're going to have time to cool down. I think he was talking to Ruby when they'd both done like a Black Forest kind of tray bake. Yeah, so you can see it, and you can see he's kind of like, he's really eager, and he's getting closer and closer, and he's not quite where he wants to be yet, but you do see it in his eyes when they put close-ups on him as well. But I mean, I think fair enough, really, really well-deserved win on that though. I mean, they did look amazing, and when they cut them open, and they give you this shot of the thing on the plate, and you're just sitting there, and you're like,
it looks so
I really want to go to the shop right now and get a bun. But there was some savoury on offer.
There was. So
in the
technical, we had non-yeasted garlic naan. So not just any old naan, non-yeasted, which kind of put the bakers into a bit of a kind of frizz. They weren't sure how to do that.
Also put Twitter into a bit of a tiz as well, because people kept referring to it.
A tiz, that's the...
A tiz, yeah,
it's not a frizz.
No,
they went
it's
into
a
a
tiz.
frizz. Just making up words.
As naan or naan bread. Thing is,
Yeah, so I didn't know naan means bread. So saying naan bread
it's a
is
variety
therefore,
of bread.
Yeah,
it's like saying baguette bread.
Yeah,
Or,
it's a tautology. It's like double saying it. So yeah, there was a lot of kind of pernickety debate about that on Twitter. I definitely say naan bread, or if I'm just like a bit lazy, I say naan. It turns out that's the correct way.
So
what do you say?
I say naan or naan bread. Like I kind of go between the two. But my other half did tell me that when he was at uni, in one of their dining halls on the menu, someone had got it really, really wrong. So they didn't put naan bread, they put nana breeds.
Nana breeds?
Nana breeds. So whenever we're in the shop, he refers to them as nana breeds. So I'm going to raise the stakes there and give you a third option for what to call it. Going back to the non-yeasted naan,
yes.
Paul said this was a real challenge, right? Because they'd have to use baking powder instead.
Yeah, and they'd have to have a really, really hot kind of pan in the oven, and I think that's what got a lot of bakers on the back foot because they didn't realise how hot it needed to be, and like loads of them just ended up raw.
Oh, like Kim Joy, bless Kim Joy. She was like, oh look, this side is really cooked.
Yeah.
And this is just raw.
They were floppy, they were not good. That's not what you want out of an oven.
No.
But some of them, the ones that went well, looked so good.
I know. Anthony and Ruby were both like, oh, we're the Indians, we're not doing that. And I loved Anthony's, I'm not from the region that makes naan.
Yeah, he was like, we do rotis.
We do rotis.
Or when he said like, oh, I hope my ancestors are like looking over me now and like, you know, helping me out secretly with their kind of naan making abilities. So that was quite funny.
I think some people did find themselves quite uncomfortable watching Paul Hollywood tell the Indian contestants who had the heritage whether or not their naan was any good. They were like, really, Paul, are you qualified to tell them this? I mean, he is the batchman of bread, as I've now said. That's my new title for him. But the real surprise on this technical was the winner, Terry.
Yes. Oh my God! Finally, I know we've been rooting for him for so long. Yeah, because he got a massive kind of build up to his win, and you could tell that the judges were like, Terry, like it's you.
And his little face.
It was quite a muted reaction, I thought. Like,
you could see it. You could see the tears in his eyes.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I'm not going to do quite Kay Burley, you know, the sadness in his eyes. But you could see the joy in his eyes, I think, as well.
Definitely. I think he just felt finally like content and felt a bit safe, because I think he was all a bit too anxious to like fully enjoy the win, because I think he was just like, oh God, finally, like it's okay. But yeah, he's so sweet. And with his terracotta, you know.
Oh, yeah. So he nearly threw it all away. So nearly threw it all away with those terracotta molds. Oh, and he was like, oh, these work at home. And I knew once they'd filmed him saying, these work at home,
it's never a good
this
sign.
was all going to go. But look, the one good thing we have for Terry was he did well in the signature. He won the technical.
Yeah.
So you kind of liked to think that even if it all went kaput in the showstopper, that he'd be okay.
Definitely. And I just love that he like makes everything himself, and just his moustache. He's committed, dedication.
Thing is, it was a really good night for those of us who do love those contestants who are committed, who have the dedication and who are a bit lovable. Because I think front and centre last night, on Twitter, on TV, was Rahul. The baker / heartbreaker / just like, so sweet. I mean, we saw him, you know, every time Rahul does well, he apologises.
I know. He's so British in that way. Is just constantly apologising for something that you're not doing wrong, kind of like undervaluing yourself, and everyone's saying, no, it's all right, mate. Like you're going to do really well. Which actually, I was speaking to James earlier, one of our editors, and he was saying that that's starting to grate on him a little. But I think Rahul is definitely the sweetheart of the latest episode. And what was it he says about? He actually, I think it was the Bake Off kind of narrator was saying that he bakes in order to make friends, which everyone on Twitter was like,
and that lovely sweet shot of him walking into his local leisure centre in Rotherham with the cake to present, and he was just like, oh, here I come, and I'm like, Rahul, come to my house. We can eat your cakes and
I'll
be
be your
pals.
friend. Yeah, it's fine.
Because he's sensationally intelligent, like such an incredible man, like has this amazing career in science, and then, you know, he's off making these wonderful little bakes. And he's so bashful about the whole thing.
Yeah, bashful is definitely the word.
Sweet.
Like, he is super bashful.
And then he does these glorious moments, like when he was standing outside the tent talking about his win, and he spotted a pheasant, and he was like, oh, a pheasant. Oh, 2 male pheasants.
Yeah, he's like kind of questioning himself, like 2 male pheasants, and it's like, hello, like back to the camera, like back to Bake Off, which is just a nice aside. Actually, Love Productions are really good at catching those kind
Yeah,
of
those little moments, yeah.
like those kind of off, like
That
like off.
give you a real
moments.
feeling of someone's character.
Yeah,
You just
definitely.
get more of an insight into them, and you can really invest in them. And I think particularly with Rahul and Terry, they've done that very, very well this series.
Yeah.
And Karen, like getting Karen in the first episode eating out of the box of crisps.
Yeah, the crisps. Yeah, when she like finished about an hour
Yeah,
early
and
or
you just
something.
really get a sense of the people.
They know how to spot the characters and how to kind of film them off guard, but in a sort of affectionate, like, and celebratory way. It's good. It's really good.
Yeah, actually as well, and I'm going to add to that, Manon and her roommate in their matching pajamas as well.
Ridiculous.
They just really do give you a real sense
Yeah.
that there's a lot of, like, I mean, not to sound like I'm doing another pun, but there's been a lot of love put into this production.
Yeah.
But I love productions. Who
You
knew?
literally can't help yourself.
No, I can't. But going back to
Dangerous.
Rahul, he did, of course, finish off the episode as Star Baker with that amazing wedding Korovai kind of creation.
Oh my gosh, incredible.
His swans.
His swans. They
Has
loved the
somebody-
swans.
does anybody know if there's a vet? Because those swans are sick, you know?
Sarah.
Ellie really regrets coming to join me for our daily chats.
Yeah, those swans were incredible though. So kind of ornate. Yeah, he's ambitious, but he follows through. So that's good.
And of course, with every Star Baker, we have to lose somebody from the tent. And this week, it was unfortunately one of my favourites. Bollywood
Yes.
baker Anthony had to go. He didn't have the best start, I don't think. No, it was kind of middle road.
No, so they were a
technical.
bit dry. The,
Yeah, a bit
Oh,
chewy.
so for the signature bake,
yeah,
they're a bit dry.
His
And
Naans were
his
kind of middle, wasn't he?
Naans, I think came 8th or something.
Yeah.
And then for the showstopper, it was
He just ran out of
they
time.
ran out of time and it
But
was a
the
bit
thing is,
heavy.
I do think he was a little bit robbed because the man made bread birds
Yes.
slide down the zip line.
Very impressive architecturally.
Like, what more could you ask for?
And Noel Edmonds was really impressed, obviously, but not Noel
Not
Edmonds.
Noel Edmonds.
Oh my god! That building. That would be a spin-off.
Noel's house of bake.
Frizz, Noel Edmonds. I'm just like,
It's
yeah,
all
I'm
right,
having
Ellie.
a-
It's
having a
the
breakdown.
morning.
But yeah, no, Anthony leaving, that was sad, and he was very tearful, wasn't he?
Yeah, he
to
was
go.
so emotional.
He was quite emotional.
And
That's
I
it.
was emotional to lose him. The thing is, though, when I think about it, right, and I do say, oh, he was the wrong one to go, I can't really pinpoint who I would have sent home.
I know.
Because he was in trouble. Bryony was kind of in trouble as well.
Bryony, Ruby is just very like inconsistent, kind of hit and miss.
She was like amazing on the signature.
Yeah.
Or amazing on the showstopper. Like they loved her twirl of the bread and stuff. And she seems to just always pull out at the last minute.
At the
all
last minute,
time.
exactly. So I think if you do kind of badly at the beginning of the episode, they kind of like forget that if you impress them by the
Yeah.
end. So a lot of it is, it's all the onus is on the showstopper, isn't it? If you're impressed with that, they're never going to send you home. So yeah, I know I am getting quite attached to them already. Like each week, I'm like, please don't let anyone leave.
I know.
Even like Imelda from week 1, like she was so like, just like bubbly and lovely, and then obviously like went straight away. So
Yeah. Next week they're going for dessert week.
Oh, is that what it is next week?
Yeah,
Dessert?
yeah.
Ooh.
So we're going to get lots of interesting creations. But who do you think should have gone home from Bake Off after Bread Week? What was your favourite creation? Who's your favourite baker? We want to know. So don't be afraid to leave us a comment in the box below. And of course, keep an eye on radiotimes.com where we'll have all the latest Bake Off updates as they happen until our next lovely Bake Off chat, when I promise I will try not to make as many Bake Off puns, if not for Ellie's sake, then for yours. I've been Sarah.
I've been Ellie.
Thanks so much for watching and goodbye.
Bye.